but also for life. And send any questions you have my way. So I've got all my chats open. Ready to rock. Drop in the chat where you are in the world and what belt you are. It's just so cool when we have our whole community online together all over the world. So that's super cool. All right, so drop that in the chat. And then let me see, here we go. Yes. Awesome. I fixed a tech problem myself and we got her going. Everything looks good. So, awesome, Dubai. Hola. I already had a question in my chat, so I put on the story yesterday, just a phenomenal question. And he asked me, straddle pose. He's like, I'm having a lot of trouble in straddle pose. And I'm like, yeah. Me and my little girl, 11, are still, she's a gray belt and I'm a blue belt. Hey, you guys, Eddie, welcome. Welcome to the live. Answer any questions that you got. And awesome, you guys are training. India, yes, great. From South America. Oh, how's it going for South America? What time is it in South America? That's great. It's so cool. Our whole community is just online here. From all over the world. We have, it's cool, a Telegram chat, Yoga for BJJ Telegram chat, and there's people from all over the world in there too. And we just send pictures of our training, our tournaments. We talk about, we actually have a physiotherapist in there, and he's like, I'm going to be making some videos just to help with pain and stuff like that, common injuries. 1300 p.m. Very cool. Yeah, here it's 9 in the morning. Anyway, so we did a poll. So everyone's like voting on the poll. He's going to pop some videos in that chat. So that's kind of a fun chat to be part of if you guys want to jump in. I just thought of that because we're having like fun talking here. Okay, how to increase. We got a couple things to talk about today, but oh, cool. Guatemala, 1:07 in the afternoon. Yeah, is that on Saturday or is that on Sunday? Because my sister's in Australia and it's actually a day ahead. She's always in the future. So we're talking about flexibility, increasing flexibility for BJJ. And this question leads really nicely into that. Straddle pose. Okay, so what is, let me fix that, there we go. Straddle pose. What is straddle pose? You have a couple different types. This has been like a great question. This has kind of been hard for me because hamstrings are tight like so many athletes, right? That's a really common thing. Straddle pose, just basically legs out, boom, boom. And for a lot of people, this is really uncomfortable. Some people are so flexible, or they put a lot of time and work where they can bring the head all the way to the mat. That's a bit of a lifelong journey. But straddle pose, why is this good to work for jiu-jitsu? Because it's going to increase flexibility of your guard. And obviously guard's a really big part of jiu-jitsu, increasing flexibility, retention, which leads to improving movement, attack. So even, this is kind of crazy. I'm answering the question. He's having a hard time in straddle pose. I get it, right? I get it. A lot of us are. So greetings from Greece. Awesome. Hey, is it Dinos? I think I said it right. Awesome. What belt are you, Dinos? Or are you just jumping on the live and visiting, which is also really great? Okay, straddle pose. Try this. Even I want everyone to try this. You'll be shocked at wherever you're sitting. Might look kind of funny, but just pop on the ground if you can. And try sitting like this. You'll be shocked at how like uncomfortable this can feel. The hamstrings might be tight, the knees might be up, the back might be rounded. Like it's just a really hard pose, but as flexibility increases and the pose gets easier, then you'll find that it's kind of an accomplishment. Oh, this pose finally feels better. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is how you're sitting. That's why I have my lucky blanket here. How you're sitting. So straddle pose, what a lot of people will do, and it's not wrong, right? Nothing's gonna get injured wrong. I just want you to feel the difference. The back, and this carries in other poses too. So notice how the pelvis can be tilted forward. Sometimes when people stretch, they'll tilt it back as well. So think of the pelvis as like a bowl, and there's no really right or wrong way how to do it. It's just all different, right? And so if I'm tilting the pelvis back, the bowl will like spill out the back end, right? Or if I'm sitting straight, okay, that's a bit nicer. This is one way we can do the pose. So, oh, awesome, Ukraine. So when you're sitting down, try this for the straddle pose. Try sitting on the edge of a blanket, and what that does is it actually allows the pelvis to sit forward a bit. And I'm not going to say it's right or wrong, it's just different. Like, yoga is so dynamic, it's pretty incredible. But when I sit on the edge of the blanket, it actually helps tilt my pelvis forward, which is kind of nice. We're going to do both tip pelvis normal and forward. So try that, just sitting forward, and then bring one leg in. Let's start with a half straddle. There we go. And you may not even be able to reach your toes, doesn't matter. You can grab your jiu-jitsu belt, and this is increasing flexibility through the hamstrings, targeting the hamstrings. So you can loop the belt around the foot and just sit forward and see where you feel that. This might be more in the hamstrings. So by sitting on the edge of that blanket, that forces the pelvis to tilt forward a little bit, and that allows more of a stretch to the hamstrings. So do the right side, okay, because what goes into straddle is hamstring flexibility, right side, and of course, left side. And the next one, so we've done that more at the straight back, and the next one that you can try is, so hopefully feel that more in the hamstrings, is allow the back to round. Now, you'll feel this more through the back. So when I loop around the foot, I feel this more through the back. So start with that, just right leg, left leg, and don't put any pressure on the results. Just do it, right? Now, standing straddle, actually this is one of my favorite ones. Get a good stance. And I start with a straight back, it's nice, eh? And lower down. Allow gravity to do the work. Allow the head to hang, making the spine really long. And this should feel pretty good. These are some really nice variations in straddle pose. And straddle pose, like when I first started yoga, it takes a long time, right? It takes a really long time. So take your time. There's also what will really help is hamstring flexibility, because that's just, it's tight on everybody. You know, especially us athletes with what we do, the legs are more commonly bent than not. And all the wrestling we do in jiu-jitsu and guard, the legs are bent mount, the legs are bent side control, the legs are bent. They're always bent. So obviously those hamstrings are going to get tight. And that's okay. We just need to make sure that we balance that out. So do hamstrings. On the Yoga for BJJ, we have just an unreal class. I call it the best hamstring class of all time. You can actually search the best hamstring class of all time, and you'll see that hamstring class, and that will actually really help your straddle. So you need to loosen up the hamstrings, and you need to loosen up the back. Another really nice one. This all ties together, right? Some stretches for flexibility for BJJ, for jiu-jitsu beginners and jiu-jitsu, is that forward fold, you guys. Oh, just sit there, chest to the quads, and give your legs a big hug, and just sit in forward fold and relax the back. That's really nice. Be awesome if you could post your videos. Your explanation is very good. Thank you, Era. Thank you. I always laugh. I'm always like, I need to know, I'm a slow learner, so I need to post, explain it really well. So I'm like, that's how I learned. So I guess that's how I explain it. I worry that I over-explain it, so that's really good. Thank you. I will post this video after on Instagram, so you'll have it, and this will actually also be on YouTube and Facebook. So this video will be up for you. I'll make sure it'll be up for you. You know, I'm done with that topic. So you're not taking me off topic at all, but I know nothing about flexibility training, and you have any recommendations on where to start as a beginner, any routine? Awesome. Okay. This is a phenomenal question. Where do you start? When this video is posted, there'll be a link. So jump on Facebook or YouTube. There'll be a link for free 10 videos. That's Sebastian's flagship program. That's how I got into it. And it goes through every part of the body. So it goes through hips, hamstrings. There's even a core day. There's a cardio day, neck. That is phenomenal. And now for the concept, yeah, so just watch the video. It won't be posted on the Instagram one, but if you go on Facebook or YouTube or just search just search the video. A lot of my videos have that link at the bottom. But something really important to remember, some concepts I wish I knew when I started yoga that I like forever ago, is if you feel the stretch, you're in the pose, okay? So an example is a phenomenal stretch in lizard, lizard half split. So hands are posted on the ground from all fours. Place the right foot to the outside of the right hand, okay? We've got an amazing stretch through the front of the hip, but watch. Walking the hands back, this will straighten the front leg for the hamstrings. This is an example of many, many that carries across many stretches. Let's say I walk my hands back and my leg can only go this far, halfway, and the hamstring is tight. I feel the stretch. You're in the pose. You're in the pose. So halfway. What I see, the most common thing that I see, which is kind of it is a mistake where people are like, two things. They go too far. They push it. Oh, I need to push, and I did this. I need to, because no one told me. I need to push this back. Okay, there we go. And it hurts. This is painful. This is hard. But look, I'm doing it. It's like, no. If you feel the stretch, you're in the pose. Halfway, you're in the pose. There, less than halfway, you're in the pose. If you can barely move that hamstring, you're in the pose. So if you feel the stretch, you're in the pose. Because this leads to my next one. Every single body is different. This has been a really cool exploration that actually we've been moving through for our 200-hour teacher training that we're putting together. Every body is different. So when you do this pose, it'll look different. When I do this pose, it'll look different. When Adam does a pose, it's different. Sebastian, everybody's gonna look different. So there's not ever a perfect way to do a pose. It's gonna look different on everybody. Every pose looks different. So the concept is the pose doesn't do the student. This pose doesn't do the student does the pose, and it'll look different. So if you are stretching, just go until you feel the stretch. Don't worry about how the pose looks, and it's, you know, and it's really hard to get injured in yoga. It's really hard, especially because we have a really nice balance with our jiu-jitsu. And usually people that do jiu-jitsu are more athletes. We go for walks, we go for runs, we might throw some weights in there. We might throw a little conditioning in there. We have a really nice balance of probably even almost too much working out. And we're using the yoga to balance it. A lot, quite commonly where yoga injuries will come from is too much yoga. Too much yoga where they're doing too many forward folds, way too deep. This is a forward fold way too deep, and then they might get problems with their hips. And I'm like, well, no, that's not really us. We're just working on the base of our flexibility. The body is very resilient. So if you aren't doing the pose perfectly, that's okay. The body's very resilient. It's very difficult to get injured in yoga. Something you want to be aware of, and that's why we have yoga sequences, is doing the right things at the right times though. I wouldn't start a yoga session with a back bend. The back and spine aren't warmed up. It's not feeling good. I wouldn't start a session with a back bend. I put the back bend at the end when everything's moving and feeling good. So the sequence of the poses, you can get, it's really, really nice when you do those correctly. But in terms of the poses within the sequence, there's really, it's just as soon as you feel the stretch, you're in the pose and don't push it. And that goes into the next thing. I'm doing a course on fascia, which is absolutely fascinating. Fascia is the saran wrap around every single muscle or connective tissue. And what happens there is if you stretch, push it, too much, you might tear. And if you tear it, it's going to have scar tissue and be really take a long time to heal. So, and same thing with the muscles. So if you're stretching, it's okay to go just till you feel a stretch, and it's always okay to add movement. Because a lot of the time, I was going to say sometimes, but I feel like a lot of the time you need to add movement to help with that stretch, but also let the nervous system know this is okay. Because how often do we have that leg straight out? Not often is that leg locked out, and almost never in this position. Like if you try this position, start hands and knees on the floor, step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Feel a stretch in the back hip and just walk the hands back. When you feel it's guaranteed that hamstring, you'll be like, oh my goodness. It's obviously the muscle's kind of tight, and it's not always the muscle. It's the nervous system getting used to that. It's just a ton of different factors. So add movement. That's what I'm getting to. It's always okay if it feels good to add movement instead of having just a static stretch, because you're allowing the nervous system to get used to that stretch. Sometimes it's the nervous system holding us back. So it doesn't know that this is safe yet. Add movement. Next one, you can move in down dog. You move in a add movement. Even if the instructor doesn't say it, for me in my classes, I'm like, if that feels good, then add movement, you know? Even if the legs are, feet are together, you have a little forward fold, just add movement. Sway left and right. It'll feel really, really nice. And even this is, for my friend with having trouble with straddle, this is another really nice one to put the feet together. This is actually good for everybody. Feet together, and then walk the hands forward. You'll feel this, especially if the hamstrings are a bit tighter, this is really nice. You'll feel this through the back. Walk the hands forward and gently sway left and right. Do this for like 3, 4, 5 minutes. Oh, that'll feel amazing on the lower back. So really great questions. Best tips for beginners. If you feel the stretch, you're in the pose. Don't worry about doing the pose perfectly. It'll look different on every person. The pose, the instruction of the pose is a framework for the pose, right? And then as you grow into it, you just get better and better. So if you feel the stretch, you're in the pose, don't worry about doing the pose absolutely perfectly. Add movement. If that feels good, add a little bit of movement. And honestly, like, just enjoy it and let go of the expectations. And that's a big concept, because I was always like, forever, oh, my hamstrings are so tight and I can't straighten that leg and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, when I had those expectations, I was always disappointed when I couldn't straighten the leg, or I was always disappointed when I couldn't do something. But honestly, just get on the mat, do yoga every day, and forget about everything else. It's like, it's very parallel to jiu-jitsu. Just get on the mat, do jiu-jitsu, and then the results will come. You'll get better. Same thing with the yoga, just jump on the mat. We have, I got another one here. Warm up before doing poses, or you just get right into the poses? Really great question. It depends, right? Because there's so many different types of poses, but quite often I'll start, depending on what type of poses. Give me an example. Like if people are like, oh, I need to stretch the hips. Okay, you're stretching the hips. Hands behind you. Just do some windshield wipers. This is really nice for the hips. So it's nice to do warm-ups before. Like some poses, you can just get right into the stretch. This is windshield wiper with the knees. This would be considered a warm-up to bring like blood flow into the hips. Or you can just jump into, I've got both legs at the 90-90, or you can jump in the 90-90, one hand on each side of the leg, lower down, you'll feel the stretch through that front hip. So a lot of poses you can just go into, and then it's also nice to warm up depending on what you're doing, but you won't get injured if you follow what I said before in regards to even the hamstring stretch. If you add movement, you'll be okay, because that's almost warming up within the pose. If you don't push the pose too far, if you push this stretch when you're cold, your hamstring's not gonna like that. So stay within your limits, right? And just enjoy the stretch. So if you follow what I said, if you feel a stretch, you're in the pose, don't push it too much. Let go of those expectations and just enjoy the stretch. You'll be okay. And then having said that, on a bigger scale of a class, we usually try to warm up really nice and gentle, just get the body moving. So quite often I'll start classes on the back, because we're sitting a lot of the day. We're standing, we're sitting, the shoulders are back. Even in jiu-jitsu, you're leaning over, you're moving on your back. Like, it's always like active movement. So when I start my jiu-jitsu classes, of all my yoga classes, not my jiu-jitsu classes, this is how I end my jiu-jitsu classes, but yoga classes, I'll start on the back. So warming up the body for the class, I'll start on my back. It feels really nice just to allow the back to rest, because we're sitting up so often. Then from here, maybe we'll start with something that just feels really nice. Bring one knee into the chest, extend the opposite leg out. You can bring the knee more towards the armpit. That feels really nice. And then the other side, and continue some more warm-up movements from there before we go to standing up. So those are some really nice, with the full class, yeah, we'll start really nice and move. And then if you just have one pose, just don't push it. And then as you go through your jiu-jitsu stretch, you'll feel better and better, warmer and warmer as you move through each pose. And we have, it's not too late to jump in. It's super cool. Our November challenge, 20 minutes of yoga a day. So you'll see I'll reshare the post after here too on our Instagram story. And it's posted on our social media, Facebook and Instagram. I might have to scroll a little bit, 5 days in, but it's really cool. 10 minutes of yoga where it's a flow class, my flow class, and then 10 minutes of Adam's cool down class. And both classes are combined together. We followed the same structure, the same template, but one is a flow to get moving and the other is a cool down. So you can do my flow class in the morning and Adam's cool down class at night before bed. You can do my class before your workout and Adam's class after the workout, or you can do my class and then Adam's class. So it is all of November, basically 30 days, right? All of November, and you can just cross off each day. But it's a way to bring the community together, and everyone like is posting that they did it, and then everyone's like, then we share it on our story. It's just super fun and a fun way to get motivated, because November is kind of I don't know, in Canada here, it's kind of like, oh, it's getting colder, it's getting cloudy, it's getting rainy. So it's hard to get motivated. So it's a super fun way to do it. So jump in. We are 5 days in, 25 days to go. Not too late though, because the classes cycle. The cycles through the 5 body parts, the first 5 days, and then it cycles again the next 5 days, and again the next 5 days. So it cycles through spine, which is a big thing. Especially, well, I want to say especially in jiu-jitsu, but in life. The spine holds us up. It has our nervous system in it. So it's important to have some self-care for that. Spine, hips, hamstrings, spine, hips, hamstrings, shoulders, and the last one is rotation. Some really, really great stuff. Okay, so that's what we have going on here. And then what we also, I'll give you a little sneak peek what we have coming up for November, a full new challenge of all new videos. So I'm filming this month, Sebastian's filming, and Adam's filming, and I think Stina's going to do some videos in there too. So it'll be all new videos for a Christmas countdown. I'm really excited about that. Okay, everyone, as always, a ton of fun to hang out with you today. And I will see you next week. Same time, same place, all that jazz. Okay, take care.